New York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.
What's going on? This is Jealous from Nick of Time Show, here to give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And today, it's the Raw Metaphor. My man from down the YouTube channel, Mr. Raw Hebrew Remnant. What's going on, my man?
What's up, my man, Jay Ellis?
Yes, sir. We here to talk Knicks basketball and recap this Knicks versus Nets game. A few things to talk about. Disappointing game considering what happened. You know, the Nets, they were down a few people because of a certain trade that happened. And this is an opportunity for our beloved New York Knicks to get the win. But it didn't exactly happen. We lost to the Nets 116 to 109. So, you know, let's break it off. What did you see in yesterday's game, man?
Well, it was actually a pattern that we have been seeing over the losing streak. It was a pattern we have been seeing. There was some differences. The pattern overall is the defense doesn't play at a high level for 48 minutes. We saw some defense for about 24 minutes, I'd say, maybe 2 quarters worth. And that was that. We make too many untimely turnovers. And of course, missing open 3 shots. All of that together combined. And then you combine that with rookies are going to go through what rookies go through. So Manuel quickly, offensively, of course, he played a very good game, but he was getting done up on the defensive end. And if he wasn't getting done up, he was missing assignments. And so you're going to get that from rookies.
Right.
And so I still would rather him than Elfrid Payton, but those are the things. And then, of course, Elfrid Payton is just a real weak spot offensively, which we already know. Yeah. That's not surprising. But when you combine that and he's not contributing on the defensive end, which is the whole reason he's out there, now you got a hole at the point guard spot. Yeah.
Well, you know what? We'll start with the first statement you said. You talked about the lack of defense for 48 minutes. Reggie Bullock, I gave Reggie Bullock a lot of crap because, you know, he's a 3-and-D guy and he's only been a D guy, so far this season. And he's only been shooting, 31 to 32% from three, going off the top of my head. But if you do look at the film, Reggie Bullock has played great defense overall. You saw some sequences where he pretty much shut down Victor Oladipo. He's a multiple effort guy. And even the Cavs, man, you saw the Cavs guards, they really didn't get off when he was in the game. And part of the defensive let up might be that we're missing Reggie Bullock. That could be it.
I agree, because if you look at the times when, I don't think it's coincidental, put it that way. And I didn't look this up. I need to go look this up in the stats, the NBA stats. But I don't think it's coincidental that when we're playing our best defense during this season, Reggie Bullock has been on the floor when we've been playing our best defense. So, I mean, and again, that, as Thibodeau said, that's what he wants to be, the catalyst. He doesn't want 3-point shooting to be a catalyst. He wants the defense to be a catalyst. So. Right. Defense and rebounding, and when Reggie has been on the floor, they have played as a team better defense. I wanted to see, and they just had started with Reggie and Mitchell together, right. And that was a good combination before Reggie hurt himself. And because before that, he wasn't, I don't feel like Mr. Thibodeau was giving Mitchell Robinson the proper amount of minutes. He's starting to increase a little bit, but the last game we won, Mitchell Robinson played 41 minutes.
Right.
So, no, he played 39 minutes. But still, 39 minutes the last game we won. And since then, he has not seen over 33, and he has not been missing assignments on defense, and he has not been in foul trouble. So
Noel, on the other hand, he's been really spotty.
Yeah, he's been spotty at best. In fact, so spotty that at times Thibodeau has went with Randall at the 5.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny that he goes with Randall at the 5 because Randall. You've seen Randall step it up on both sides of the ball, offensively, defensively, pushing the ball on the fast break. But there's been a stat that's been haunting us for these last few games, and that stat is the fast break stats. I think we had 0 fast break points
Right.
last game. I think we only had 4 one game. We had another 0 fast break game. At the beginning of the season, I saw Julius Randle leading fast breaks.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So in my mind, I think the increase of production, just the need for him to be in multiple positions, play multiple positions, I think it's starting to wear him out a little bit.
It could be. It could very well be. Like I said, it could be wearing out a few of the guys, but they're young, man. So I'm thinking, okay, you got to get this second win. This is second win time. So maybe that's part of the process. To me, I'm looking at this in terms of years. This is Tibbs' year 1. I'm expecting the year 1 to be a more developmental year. So, this is part of that. So you might get guys hitting the wall and then having to fight through that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be up to Tom, though, at this point to push the right buttons and figure out when to rest some guys and when to, play some guys. And maybe he might have to do some things he don't want to do. He might have to dig into the Iggy's and the Jared Harpers. He might have to, especially right now when people are injured, Yeah,
the thing about Thibodeau, I think that we understand, and I don't want to, if I excuse to trying to speak for everybody, but the guy is very competitive.
Yeah.
And so he sees Julius Randle standing over there and he's got a pulse. He's going to put him out there.
I was thinking the same thing because yesterday, and I want to talk about other people too, but the close conversation is just making me think about other stuff when you're talking. Yesterday, case in point, the Nets are up at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes to go. And I think we're down, 14 points.
Then we start playing. Then they start playing. That was part of the 24 minutes they played good ball.
Yeah, exactly. But in my mind, I'm like, all right, played the right flag already. We running these guys into the ground. Tibbs is like, nope.
It's a shame. Yeah, and I can tell what he was thinking. If somebody hits a 3, somebody hits another 3.
Exactly. He's like us. He's like us Knicks fans playing on 2K. Fight another 3, run another 3, right back. Like, I can see his mind working.
Yes. No, he's competitive. So I can't see him unless Julius. Now, I want to tell you this. I believe if a player came to him and said, Coach, I need a blow tonight. If Julius came to him and said, I'm a low score, I need a night, he'll give it to him. Right.
Yeah.
But if Julius don't say that, he's gonna keep trotting him out there for 40 minutes a game.
Nah, you're absolutely right. And you know what, too? A player from the Timberwolves did that to him. What point guard? I forgot the point guard. The point guard that used to be on the Pacers.
You talking about oh man, he was on Atlanta too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, he's a vet now. I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's back on Atlanta. Wait, let me look at it. He's back on Atlanta.
He actually did that to Tibbs last year. He was just, that was one of his criticisms. He was like, yo, Tibbs, I'm tired.
He asked out?
Yeah. He was criticizing him. He was like, he's like, yo, Chris, I'm tired. Trust one of these other guys to play. He actually said that.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
No, man. Wait. I'm looking at the Atlanta
oh man,
roster.
Well, why are you looking that up? I'm gonna move on to something else while you're trying to find out.
Okay.
Right? Let's pause for a second. This episode was brought to you by Manscaped. All right, fellas, Valentine's Day is on the way. You want to make sure down there is clean, fair, and square. Manscaped Trimmer 2.0. It does not nick your knickers. It doesn't grab your hairs. It has an LED light so you can see what's going on down there. It's waterproof and is guaranteed to make your lady happy. All right, so definitely pick up the Trimmer 2.0. And also my personal recommendation, and Ryan backs me up, the ball deodorant.
Exactly. I've been using the ball deodorant since even before this whole sponsorship. I've been using the ball deodorant. It works great. It works well. The ladies, if that moment comes, the ladies go down there and they're satisfied. It smells nice and good, so go get you some.
Go get you some. All right.
Yeah.
Man, go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code KOT. All right, that is 20% off and free shipping with code KOT if you go to manscaped.com. And you know what? If you trim down there, send all before and after pictures to Ryan's Gmail account at Ryan. Okay,
No.
All right, never mind. KOT. That is the code. So there's some bright spots in this game, right?
Yep.
There were some bright spots in the game.
It was.
Yeah, in general, the kids, they seem like they're taking a step in the right direction, which is why when I'm talking to Knicks fans and they're concentrating on losing, I'm like, hey, didn't y'all want to develop the kids?
Yeah.
We're losing, yes, but we've always complained that we're not developing the kids, and then you're looking at the scoreboard, Kevin Knox is getting buckets. IQ, you had a great game. RJ, I mean, it's been shaky, but
he was good last night. He was
had a good game.
He was good. Well, I think you can see, like, for example, RJ is getting his minutes, so he's being developed. Mitchell Robinson, even though I think he should play more, he's getting 30 minutes a game. He's being developed. I thought last night, did you kind of half expect that Kevin Knox might start last night?
I didn't believe it. I saw the numbers, but I just don't feel like Tibbs has the pulse. He's not throwing these young guys in there like that. I feel like his hand has to be forced, man.
But I'm just saying that because Kevin has been playing the defense.
Right.
He had 5 threes a game before.
Listen.
And then yesterday, what do you have? Like 3? He had 3 threes yesterday.
Right.
So, and then Reggie Bullock is hurt. And so I'm thinking, okay, let's see what Kevin can do. I think what it is, to me, the linchpin that's stopping everything is Tibbs is totally trusting and handed the keys to Elfrid Payton.
Which is a problem.
Yes. If he had handed the keys even to Butter or AKA Butter Rivers, I think last night he would have started Kevin.
Yeah. Because it just makes more sense.
Yeah, he insists on having Payton in the lineup.
Exactly. Corner 3, Kevin last night, 13 points, 83% from the field. two for 3 from 3.
Kevin was good last night.
Yes. Been good this season.
I found myself saying, give it to Kevin, give it to Kevin.
Exactly.
And you know what? Honestly, a couple of times down the floor, Julius was looking for Kevin.
He was.
He was. Somebody came at him and he looked him up and he was looking. I said, he's looking for Kevin. And he gave the ball to Kevin.
Kevin is playing so well. Elfrid Payton passing the ball once yesterday.
Now, that's a shame that we got to say that. Oh, my God. That's a terrible. The fact that we got to actually say that. Elfrid Payton haven't passed. Because Elfrid Payton only passes to Julius Randle. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So when Elfrid Payton passed the ball, I was like, oh, we have arrived.
Right.
Put that man in the starting lineup.
Put that man in the starting lineup.
Because you know what? The starting lineup has been the question, right? Because I'm going to just get to this, right? I was kind of alluding to the kids. The young guys had a good showing. Julius Randle, 30 points, 5 assists. Great.
Well, he took 25 shots.
Yeah, it's 25 shots. So the percentages wasn't really.
And I'm not blaming Julius for taking 25 shots, but I'm just saying he did take. It wasn't his most efficient game.
Yeah.
It wasn't his most efficient game.
It wasn't his most efficient game. The first half looked great. The second half, not so much.
Yeah, but I mean, Julius, without him, we'd have lost by 40. Because he kept us in the game. That boy was playing. I mean,
Julius is.
I noticed it in preseason. I said, this guy is passing the ball, man.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was just because it was preseason. He was just experimenting, but he's been doing that.
Nah, he's definitely turned the corner, man. Julius has earned my respect.
Man,
I never thought I'd be defending him all season. I never thought.
Put that all-star ballot in for your boy, man.
Listen, I'm voting tomorrow. I don't even know if it's ballots, if the voting's even open tomorrow. But I'm gonna vote early, like his name is Biden. I'm voting early. Oh man, but yo, back to the kids, right? Yeah, back to the kids. Okay, we got Randall scored 35 assists, but RJ finally breaks out of his slump. 20 points, 46% from the field goal percentage. What happened yesterday, man? What different did you see in RJ from yesterday to the games before?
Well, obviously he had practiced the shot.
Yeah.
Because he the shot that he hit last night was the shot he's been getting for 3 games.
Yeah.
So he started hitting them yesterday. And once he hit a couple of them, you could see, the confidence. He started getting more confident. And now he knows he can hit them. So that was all that was. He was getting the same shots he'd been missing for 3 previous games he was hitting last night. That was the only, and I was saying on my last video that it was the day after the game. I said, I want to see Quickly and RJ out there this morning taking shots right now, taking shots.
Yeah.
And Quickly, you see the thing, he was up till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So
I was waiting to see if I saw RJ with him. I was looking.
I bet you RJ was out there. He was somewhere shooting. I'm sure he was, because he came out and he was ready to play. So that's the thing. And RJ really does need to develop that part of his game. I mean, obviously, but he has a slashing game, but we still don't have the spacing that we need. And so, and obviously, like you mentioned, Bullock and his shooting woes this year, we need a dead-eye shooter, because that'll make RJ extremely dangerous, when you bring that.
Which brings me to this conversation I want to have, because we've been having lineup conversations for a while. Mm-hmm. I think I went off on Elfrid Payton. We started doing these game recaps. This is like a new thing. Yeah, only like people watched the last game recap, but that's okay. It's gonna pick up. But if you watch the last KOT game recap, I went off on Elfrid Payton, right? I went off on Elfrid Payton, and I specifically said, I do not care if IQ goes 1 for 10. I don't.
Well, yeah,
I want him over Elfrid at this point.
I don't blame you, because, and then look what he did last night. IQ showed out on offense now.
Right.
He showed out, man. So, I mean, just if you had him, I just think okay, Elfrid Payton got last night, he got 32 minutes. And my boy IQ, he got 22 minutes. Switch it.
Thank you.
Switch it.
I don't understand it.
Give IQ 32 minutes. Give Elfrid Payton 22 minutes. And that way now IQ in 22 minutes, he is 7 to 15 in 22 minutes.
And when you see stuff like that, I don't want to. I appreciate the culture that Tom Thibodeau has set with the New York Knicks. I absolutely do. But sometimes I'm just, I scratch my head when a guy is going and he takes him out the game. I don't get that.
I don't get it either, but I'm thinking like this. I have to believe that eventually he's going to give IQ the minutes. I just have to, because just imagine, because you have to also figure like this. Look at Elfrid Payton. We don't play what? We played 12 games? So he started all 12 games plus the preseason. He's got a rhythm in the starting lineup. And this is as good as it's going to get with him. Yeah. So if you give somebody like IQ 12 games and you let him play 30 minutes a game, I'm trying to tell you, he's going to get a 6 3-point a game. Yeah. He's going to do that. And when you start having him shoot like that and causing the defense to have to play him honest from the 3-point line, RJ is going to go off.
Exactly.
RJ is going to go off, man.
Exactly.
So to me, that's the key right there. Offensively, I don't know. Maybe Tibbs is saying, because I was yelling at the TV. IQ was driving me crazy on defense the other night. I was yelling at the TV. I was yelling. He would come down and hit a 3, and I'd be like, yeah. And then he'd come down and give up a pass. I'd be like, yo, what you doing?
What are you doing? And it's crazy because he can play defense when he wants to. When he wants to play defense, He's really
I
good
don't
at
know
it.
what's going on, but I was like, and maybe that's the hold up, because at this point it is clear. I mean, it's got to be clear to everybody that
Yeah.
IQ's the best point guard we got right now. There's no
Exactly.
question. He's got to be clear. So if that's the case, we should be putting him out there for a lot of minutes. Now, maybe it's a rookie thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a rookie thing.
Maybe
I don't know, because to me, if you put that kid out there, it's the same thing I said about Frank, though, and they never did, but I think they're going to do with RJ. If they give him 10 games, 30 minutes a game, let him get into the flow of being in that starting lineup, let him have the practices with the starting unit, I think he's going to stay there for a minute. You know, he ain't going nowhere.
I agree with you. And that's why the starting lineup to me, which I was alluding to before with the youngins, as of now, at least when Reggie Bullock is out, IQ,
Yep.
RJ,
Yep.
Knox,
and Knox,
Randall,
Yep.
Mitch.
That's right.
Huh.
That's it. That's the
That's
squad
it.
right there. That's the squad right
That's
there.
it.
That's the squad right
Spacing.
there.
That's
So
it.
and then look, Burke still come off the second unit. I have Burke
Right.
still coming off the second unit, because Burks, I mean, I'm tempted to say start Burks, but
I'm tempted to say Starbucks too, yo.
he's so good on the second
He's so
unit.
good.
Though. I mean, you bring him off the bench, he's killing second units, 20 points a game.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing so far.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I'm tempted to start Burks when he comes back. I'm not sure. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with Burks and Rivers together. You know what I mean?
well, I think what'll happen, honestly, is he's going to start Burks. And as much as we want Kevin to start, Kevin will stay on the second unit.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that as long as whenever IQ starts the game, Elfrid Payton continues to pass the ball to Kevin Knox in the corner. I'm not even saying continue because he only did it one time, but he does that, all right?
You know, I'm a Frank lover of all the time, but somebody mentioned a trade today, and I'm so desperate. I actually said, let's do this, man. Even though it would never happen because of the salaries. They said trade Frank and Pinson to Toronto for Kyle Lowry. And I said,
That'll never happen.
I know it won't happen.
I would do it though. And I'm a Frank guy too. I'll be on Knicks Fan TV taking bullets.
The reason I would do this trade is because you have Frank, you'd have Fred VanVleet, and then you have Malachi Flynn. That's a good defensive and mix in their guard rotation. Kyle Lowry's $30 million, and that comes off the books after this year. That's his prime.
Right.
He's 34 years old, but he's still productive. I have him 10 times out of 10 over Elfrid Payton. 10 times out of 10. That wouldn't even be a question.
Well, he was almost here for Iman Shumpert back in the day.
I know. Who pulled the plug on that? That was
Huh?
Phil Jackson. I think Phil Jackson pulled the plug on that.
No. Nah, it wasn't. It was Usami Ujiri. He saw how good the Toronto Raptors are playing and
pulled the
then
plug
changed
in.
his mind.
Oh.
Which is why when I talk about Julius Randle, I compare him to Kyle Lowry.
Oh.
Because I feel like the Knicks is like on the verge of trading him. And then now that his value is up, people are like, you know what? Give me Julius Randle. And the Knicks might be like, now, wait a minute.
Not right now.
Backseat.
We'll talk about that next year.
We'll talk about that next year after we extend him and see what it is.
Yeah, but I was like, because Peyton really last night, he looked like a guy that was, not NBA level starting guard. He just did not look like an NBA level starting point guard. And I'm not asking for a whole lot. I'm just saying, come on, man. Be somewhat competent, man. Come on, 20% from three. I mean, come on, something, man. Something.
Yeah. 20% from three is atrocious, and I'm gonna need time to wake up.
57% from the foul line. Come on, man. You got, so, and then, like I said, I can live with even that if he's making steals and making stops. But like did he get any steals last night? I don't think he did. Did he get any steals? He got no steals last night. That's what I'm saying. If he's not making steals and making stops and causing turnovers, then he's worthless.
Yeah, he's worthless. At this point, if you're the starting point guard for the New York Knicks and you don't pass the ball to anybody except for Julius Randle at the last second,
right?
And on top of that, you're not even good off ball.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like your value at this point to me
Right.
is severely
Right.
diminished. I don't even know where to put you at this
And
point,
he was
except for the
3 4
second
11,
unit.
man. So I'm looking for a change, and I don't know if it's going to take. I don't know what happens. It seems like mysteriously, like somebody's sore and then somebody gets a start because I'm still expecting Kevin Knox to come out. I'm thinking Kevin Knox should start Friday against Cleveland. I'm thinking he should start Friday against Cleveland. I don't think they're gonna put Rivers out there and put
They're gonna
RJ.
put Rivers out there.
Yeah, but I would start Kevin at
Yeah,
3.
me too.
Start Kevin at the 3. I mean, even if you want to put, well, you can't put Rivers. I mean, unless you want to sit Peyton, then you got to put because you're gonna keep RJ on the floor. So
Yeah, you're gonna keep RJ. You're gonna keep RJ.
Yeah,
but yeah, Rivers at this point though, I just don't like. He just seems more comfortable with that second unit, like him. Quickly and Knox, I just feel like his role is defined there, and it just seems like he second guesses himself when he's with that first unit. He's not doing what he usually does. So
isn't it something though how when Quickly's in the lineup with these guys, they play better?
It's easy.
Isn't that just amazing, right?
Yeah,
Quickly's
and this
in the
is
lineup,
why
Kevin Knox turns into an all-star.
Yeah, because he actually point guards. He doesn't, Quickly's floater, like he does have to get that out of control. I do feel like he rushes it sometimes.
He's been rushing it. He's been rushing.
And he starts the floater off from way too far out.
Like half a foul line. He starts the foul line. And I think that's a rookie thing. Because it's the speed of the game. He's rushing it because he's feeling like you don't have time to get it off. But once the game slows down for him, he's gonna be deadly with that, man.
Exactly. I think it's just minutes. And that's my argument for starting him, or at least playing him more minutes than Elfrid Payton. Just because I know he's gonna be able to make shots. And kind of like Frank does, he doesn't just look to, drive. He actually shifts the defense from side to side. When Elfrid has the ball, everybody just keys in on him.
Right. And last night, Elfrid was 3 for 11. And Rivers was 3 for 10, man. I mean, that's not gonna get it done, man. We can I'd rather see them shoot less and get a higher percentage.
Right.
More efficient because I mean, and the thing is, when they were doing 15, 18 turnovers a game, we was winning.
Yeah.
They dropped the turnovers, right? Yeah. And we losing.
Uh-huh. You had the ball movement, the player movement earlier. Yeah. They was moving. In general, I feel like the Knicks were just moving without the ball.
They were
better.
They were moving without the ball better. And so I still believe that when Burks come back, I think he's a key. We get him back 100%. I think we're going to be a different team. I think we will. And now that Obi's back too. Now, I can't speak on Obi that much because we haven't had that much action with him. He got hurt the first game, so we really don't know. But in that game he got hurt, he did not look that great. I mean, Miles Turner sent his mess into the stands. I'm going to see what I got to see what he got. But I got confidence that he's going to show up. But I know that when Burke comes back, that's 20 points right there.
Yeah, that's 20 points right there.
That's 20 points right there. So they got to respect him. So if we get him back, and then I don't even think like Frank, because we get Frank back, that's at least a shoring up of the defense on the backcourt. So because we were number 1 in 3-point percentage defense, and now I don't know what it is, but I know it ain't number 1 no more.
No, it's definitely not number 1. No, it's definitely not number 1. All those names have changed.
Yeah.
But we're gonna definitely check that out.
How many points they gave up last night? 116.
116. Well, Durant's a monster too. That's a whole nother situation. Man.
What do you think? I still believe that Mitchell Robinson can guard him. If they let Mitchell Robinson guard him, because Mitchell Robinson is a 5, but Kevin Durant is the stature, like he's tall like a 5, like he's like 7 feet. And Mitchell Robinson, I believe, has the agility and the athleticism to stay with him.
Listen, I'm down to try that. Yeah, I'm like, because when they do the slow motion of him shooting the jump shot, and it's like 9-foot range, and plus with the fadeaway is like an extra 2 feet. I'm just like, what are you supposed to do when that happens?
Yeah, especially when like Julius is like 6'8", so when Kevin rises up on the jump shot, he's just a foot above him. He's just, there's nothing he can do. No, but and Julius was trying hard.
He was.
That's why either I thought they should have had Mitchell Robinson guard him and let Julius guard DeAndre Jordan, who's going to be a low post player, and Julius is strong enough to deal with him. Yeah. Or they should just make sure every time down the floor they double him so that he gives up the rock and then somebody else to try to shoot.
That's a fact.
Not enough,
Probably should have did that because we double Gordon Hayward at some point and that seemed to work, but I feel like we kind of tried that a little bit too late.
That slowed it down, exactly.
Yeah. So we definitely should have did it with KD for sure. Should have
did that with KD. Can't let these guys get hot, man. So and KD was hitting them jumpers like there was nobody else on the floor but him.
Yeah. But it is what it is, man. Listen, at the end of the day, I still like what we saw from the kids.
Yeah.
I still like what our coaching is doing. I still like our staff.
Yep.
Hopefully Tom Thibodeau wakes up and starts to tweak these players' minutes, starting lineups, rotations. Play around with it. Don't be so, stickler. I do know that the Knicks hired a new analytics guy.
Yeah. So hopefully that dude comes up with the sheets that show who should be playing.
Exactly.
This
Per 36.
This lineup is plus. This lineup is minus. Let's try.
Exactly. Go to clean the glass. Go to clean the glass, Tom Thibodeau.
I tell you what, though, the next youth move would be significant because we got RJ in the starting lineup and we got Mitchell, right? So the next youth move, if Kevin gets in there, if IQ gets in there, and the next young guy that gets in the starting lineup, that's going to be a big shift. That's going to be a big shift because that's right there. Now you got 3/5 of the starting five would be the people we want to develop. So
that's our future.
That would be a big thing. Yeah. So I'm looking for that next move, and I'm thinking it's either Kevin or IQ, and I want one of them, to get it. And then he said you earn your stuff based on performance. Okay. All right. Let's see what IQ does Friday, because I think IQ's going to do what he got to do on Friday. He come out with another 19-point game. We got to talk, man.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, man. And also, they did say they're going to review these games in 20-game increments. So maybe they're looking at that. But I'm hoping they shorten that to 13 to 15.
Did he say 20-game increments? Did he say that?
Yeah, he said that. In the beginning of the season, that they're going to be looking
maybe
at
that's the method to the madness. He wants to give him 20 games. Okay, all right. Well, if they lose Friday, I think he's going to probably do something.
Shorten that up. I don't need 5 more games to know that Elfrid Payton does best.
Or what I could see also happening, let's say he starts Elfrid Payton, but still only gives him 20 minutes.
That's the thing that I thought he was going to start to do. To kind of save the pride. Kind of like how I did the first game when IQ played more minutes than Elfrid Payton in the first half.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to kind of do that. Technically the starter.
Yep.
But
the minutes are going to the other guy. Yeah. I'm thinking he might, let me see, because he played IQ 22 minutes. That's a little bit of an increase because he had been getting between 15 and 18.
But that's only because Reggie Bullock is out. You know what I
mean? Yeah. And then, but he played, because he played Kevin 24 minutes left. Like I said, I want to see IQ or Kevin. That's the next domino to fall. One of those two guys to get in that starting line. That'll be a change because Kevin, man, I'm just so proud of him. He really is putting in that defensive effort, man. And that's what I noticed yesterday. He really was not aggressive asking for the ball. And I was wondering what was going on, and I realized of the energy that he's putting on the defensive end. That's why he's kind of resting on the offensive end and taking the spot up shots. Because a couple of times they were really looking for him. He stood Rihanna was looking for him. He was standing in the corner, and then he realized he started trying to get to the ball, but they had to give it up because then they came up on him.
Yeah.
He's almost not used to somebody
looking for him for a change.
Yeah, when you shoot,
Kevin. Oh, me?
Yeah, me. Wait.
Okay.
Another time, it was either Payton or Rivers. They were coming up the court, and Kevin had prayed before and hit a basket, and they were looking, and Kevin's back was to him. He was jogging. He didn't even know they were looking for him. And I said, Kevin, come on, man.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get it. I'm sure Tom is showing him the tape.
Yeah.
So, we want you to sprint to the corner.
Exactly.
Sprint to the corner. All right.
Did you hear? There was one time there was a loose ball, and somebody yelled, "Get on the floor!" Did you hear that?
No. I did hear that.
It wasn't Tibbs. It was one of your sisters said, "Get on the floor."
Is that Payne?
I did hear that.
I did hear that.
That's
I
what
was
I'm
like,
talking
wow, they screaming like they like there's gunshots in here, man.
Exactly. Get on the ball.
Yeah, that's the one thing I do like about these crowdless games, man. You can hear.
No, and their guys are coaching, man. So we're gonna break out of it. I just really would like to see, like you said, the youth get more. And it's not like we just asking to see what they can do. They're proving that they can play.
Yeah, they
You know,
are.
it's not like we saying, well, let's see what Kevin can do. Kevin has already showed.
Yeah,
He's already showed you. He showed you he's improved defensively. He showed you he's improved his motor, and he's obviously showing he's improved his 3-point shot. So he's showing it. We already see IQ has shown it. Now he's had a bad game, but still, even in his bad games, he looks better than Peyton. So
yeah. Exactly. So, I mean, look, I know Knicks fans, you know, they're kind of rattled about what's going on in Brooklyn, but we playing the long game. All right.
Yeah.
We're playing the long game. So as long as we keep playing the long game and you see what's going on in front of you, you see these guys are developing, the youth is getting better and better. Don't worry about what's going on. We're gonna run our race. We're gonna run our race.
I think Brooklyn, if they don't win a championship in the next 2 years, they got fleeced.
Yeah.
They got fleeced.
The pressure is on them. The pressure is definitely on them.
Like, man's 32, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to do everything they can to win now. So
yeah, that's right. And one major problem they will have, they got Harden. And by the way, did you see Harden look like a Pillsbury Joe's boy?
Yeah. He looked like Black Santa.
I thought he must be wearing extra clothes or something. He couldn't be that fat. There's no way.
Nah. He looked like a before picture. I said that on Twitter. He looked like a before picture.
Like Urkel's father, man.
Yeah.
I was like, shoot. But if he is like that, that's a problem.
Yeah,
and then with him and Kyrie and Durant, where's the defense?
Yeah, there's no defense. The ball movement, like there's going to be some problems that they have to work out. But it's boom or bust. It can if it works, it's really going to work. But with the personalities there, outside of Kevin, because Kevin's going to be fine. But Harden and Kyrie, that might be something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And not only that, Harden is a different player than the guy that first came to Houston from OKC.
Right.
He's more of a prima donna now.
Yeah.
He's more prima donna-ish.
Exactly.
And so I don't know. And you got him and Kyrie in the same, I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. Mets fans seem not to know either.
I'm not envious of Brooklyn. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not envious.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait and see. I don't know if it could be the best or worst thing to happen to them. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
We're gonna see. Because the good teams, the NBA going to exploit.
Facts. All right. Yo, that was our show, man. Good talk with you, man.
No, always good, bro. Always good, man.
Always good. I'm gonna hit you up if you're available.
I like how you clipped it up. You put pieces out there, man. That was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. The pieces you put out there was good, man. I was like, oh shit, the way you edited it.
Oh, I edited it.
Yeah. Good job, man.
Thanks. I try. This one might not be as edited because I'm gonna try to put something together. I'm trying to get something a little bit quicker. I'm doing more. I'm trying to do more of these, but I like editing and putting the whole story together for sure.
Oh, it's nice, man. It's nice. You're a pro, bro. You're a pro.
Yeah. And Fritz too, man. Fritz helps with the Fritz. I edit. Fritz edits. Shout out to Fritz Elisendo. Yeah, we take turns depending on how tired I am or how much time.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to the guys at the KOT team. All right.
All right, my friend.
Yeah. And Raw, I asked Raw, I was like, yo, Raw, do you want to join KOT?
Oh, yeah, I'm down. Hey, who wouldn't want to be a part of KOT crew now? Come on.
You heard it here, man. Raw part of the KOT crew.
It's like you asked me, do you want $10 million?
Shout out to Raw, man. It's dope when somebody like watches you and appreciates the stuff you do, and you watching them, and you're like, "Yo, this guy is dope," and it's like, "Oh, where you want to? Let's go."
I remember when y'all was in the apartment, I was watching you. I said, "These guys in the back rooms were talking some nice stuff, man." I said, "They know what they talking about." I was like, "Wow, this is good."
Yeah, man.
Y'all was just in the room, just I was like, "Oh man, this is good."
I missed that too. I missed the room. Hopefully, get back to that sometime.
It was nice.
Yeah, man.
But that's when I first saw you. I was like, "Oh shoot!" And I didn't know what your schedule was, so I would miss a lot of the things, and I would catch some of them.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Appreciate it, man. Well, man, I'm glad you rock with us, man.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
have
I'm
you on a
rocking with
bunch
y'all.
of shows, man,
All
for
right, so
sure.
I gotta get a KOT though. I gotta get a
Got
KOT.
the lid. I'm gonna send you a lid. I'm gonna
Yo,
redo it.
man, we gonna break the curse. Though. We breaking
Yeah,
the
we
curse.
breaking the curse. We
Get
definitely
that. We
breaking the
gonna take the
curse.
dark uniforms and we gonna win 10 straight. We breaking
That's
the curse.
right. 10 straight. Let's
Breaking
go.
the curse. Breaking the curse.
All right.
All right, man.
All right. That's our show. I already know people probably know where to find you, but tell them where to find you.
Raw Hebrew Remnant on YouTube. Raw Hebrew Remnant.
Mhm.
YouTube. That's right. That's where you're gonna catch me. Or Raw Hebrew on Twitter.
All right. And you know where to find me, man. We're on the KOT show on Twitter. We on youtube.com/NickofTimeShow. We're also on nickoftimeshow.com. You can see the blog. Shout out to all the writers. Shout out to Ken. Shout out to Mikey. Shout out to all the guys. Fritz. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Ryan too. Shout out to Kathy who says she's coming. Hopefully she's back soon. Shout out to Edson who just got here, man. It'll be dope to get a show with everybody together. So hopefully we get that going at some point.
That's right. The nation is growing, bro.
Yeah, man. KOT Nation growing. Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go. That's it. We out there, man.
That's always fun, man. It's so fun.